Hello, I'm Simon Calder, and welcome to the Palmfest playlist. Over the course of the next few videos on this playlist, I'm going to be talking with, hopefully, every single act that's playing on Friday at Palmfest. Beginning, welcome, with MYRA of MYRA and the Moonshiners.
Yeah.
You're very at home at Palmer's.
Absolutely. We play there every single Sunday night.
Every Sunday night, Sunday Sinning.
Sunday Sinning at Palmer's Bar. We call it Church of the West Bank.
And the what we can hear right now, this is the song Sunday Sinning, which is all about Palmer's Bar.
It is.
How did you end up playing at Palmer's Bar every Sunday, and what's the significance of that for you?
I blame it all on Papa John Colstead.
Okay, who's like a mentor to you?
He is.
Yeah?
That troublemaker. He used to play there early nights, and then I think he was leaving for like a couple weeks, about 2 summers ago.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, MYRA, do you want to step in and
Yeah.
and play the show? And we did. And first incarnation of Moonshiners, it was 2015. We were working with an electric bassist, which oddly enough is nothing similar to our sound now.
No, because you have like the low end is of course, what's the low end now?
Sousaphone now. A dancing sousaphone, actually.
Wow. I wasn't aware of that. I have to witness this on Friday.
You do. That's how I plug him. I tell all the ladies that he's single every show.
Funny. So he dances, you dance.
I do dance.
And Steve, your number one fan, even found himself accidentally dancing the Charleston at Palmer's once, courtesy of you and your Moonshiners. So should we come expecting to dance?
Absolutely. It's a hazard of showing up at Palmer's. When Miss MYRA and the Moonshiners are playing, you might accidentally start doing the Charleston.
Right.
You'll start to feel a little jittery, and you'll get like a little pulse.
Yeah.
And then your legs will start kicking.
And that's effectively what this song, Sunday Sinning, is about. What's that swinging sound drifting from Palmer's Bar?
Yeah.
Folks, they gather round, coming from near and far. It sets your blood a-boiling. Mm-hmm. That's you warn us in the song.
Yeah.
And we can imagine our blood boiling to the soundtrack of the song.
And you keep coming back.
And we have 2 opportunities to see you this week. Because you're actually going to be starting Palmfest in the way that Palmfest will go on. In the what time is your set on Friday?
It's 5 p.m. on Friday.
5 p.m.
So if you think about it, we're actually starting and closing the whole weekend.
That's true.
Yeah.
Bookending.
Weekending.
Yeah, bookending the weekend. It's not unknown that you will get off the stage and dance.
I have been known to
do
that.
When you're on the stage, you're playing guitar. You have your guitar just here, and at the end of this episode, you'll be playing an original song.
I will be.
As is, of course, Sunday Sinning, the Palmer's song, and Moonshine, the theme song, the MYRA and the Moonshiners theme song, which we'll be hearing momentarily.
Yeah.
But guitar isn't the only instrument that you play. What else do you play?
I dabble in ragtime piano, sort of like that stride bass line. I mean, I started out on classical piano, so I grew up. Actually, my favorite classical composer is Franz Liszt.
Yes.
I feel like he really prepped me for doing ragtime piano, honestly, because of how much what do you say, dexterity that it involves to just play one of his pieces. You're doing all these jumps with your left hand, and it was sort of like a natural progression that I went from Liszt to ragtime, which is kind of strange.
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah.
But it was the dexterity.
Yeah.
You say
it's all his fault. He started it. He was a rock star of like the 19th century, and so I
yes,
kind of just caught
absolutely.
on to that.
Yeah, because he has, the song Listomania, for example.
Oh,
is kind
women
of
were
celebrating
just throwing
the
their Victorian lace panties at him.
Yeah. Yeah, those Victorians were more kind of forward than they're given the credit for, aren't they? Especially when Liszt was around.
All that sexual repression just came right out.
Exactly. Yeah, he was the MYRA and the Moonshiners of his time.
Mm-hmm.
Liszt was important for the manner in which you play. Let's talk a little bit more about your mentor. Like, how did how did you meet him? And what happened before he said, maybe you should play this one particular Sunday?
It's a great story. So I had heard of Papa John because he's kind of a local legend.
Yes, of course.
And he just has this amazing, like, sort of thumping style on, like, 12-string guitar. You can't help but dance when he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out to see one of his shows at Merlin's. She plays there, I think it's every first
Merlin's
Saturday.
Rest.
Yeah, Merlin's Rest.
Good old British establishment.
Yeah. So he was playing there, and I just couldn't help but start dancing. And like, I have a background in swing. I've done Lindy Hop, like Charleston, Balboa, all of that. So
Yeah.
I was out there just dancing, shaking my tail feathers, and I was watching him play guitar. And after the show, he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, young lady, like," he's like, "If I could dance like you, I wouldn't be playing guitar. I'd be dancing." And I was like, "If I could play guitar like you, I wouldn't be dancing. I'd be playing guitar."
Were you playing guitar at all at that time?
I was,
Yeah.
but not at the extent to which I'm committed to it, like right now. Like
Okay.
right now, it's me, my 5 guitars, and my bird.
Did you teach him to dance?
I never did. I think I got the better end of the deal.
Not yet. I'm sure he was underplaying his dancing skills anyway. I'm sure he could already dance.
He's been known to shuffle around.
Yeah. So how much time passed between that student mentor, guitar teaching, dance appreciation related? So how much time passed between that dynamic and then we certainly need to like focus on the other members of the band. How did you meet them, in what order?
So the original members included my sister Janine on trumpet. And,
Okay.
oh my goodness, she's an amazing jazz trumpeter.
Hmm.
And her boyfriend Luke, which they're actually getting married today at the pirate wedding.
Oh, the pirate wedding.
Yeah, the pirate wedding.
It doesn't show, but Miss Myra has been, after the Sunday Sinning last night, she stayed up all night, is this okay to say
No,
it?
totally.
Performing,
Go for it.
jamming at the Cedar Cultural Center with the band that had been in town.
Yeah, California Honey Drops.
Yeah, they came from the Cedar to Palmer's, boomeranged back to the Cedar, but with you. It's been a little bit of sleep before the interview, and then a pirate wedding of the previous bandmates.
Yeah.
So now that they're too busy being pirates and getting married,
Yes.
who is in the band?
So we've got Isaac Keith on sousaphone, and he was classically trained, but we somehow corrupted him into playing that dirty jazz music, and he's just dragging his chops through the gutter.
Yes, I love that. That's the full wording of that on the bio is that he loves dragging his epic, classically trained chops through the gutter to provide the funkiest, filthiest, swingest bass. I think that it would be a shame not to include the full bio account of that. So that's him, Isaac Ike Heath.
Ike Heath.
Yeah, on the tuba.
Yep. I went to actually grade school with him, so I grew up with
Really?
him in Bemidji.
Wow.
And then he just hitchhiked with his little sousaphone down to Minneapolis. Just couldn't bear to be without, Miss Myra. So
he's single. Everyone, remember. If you want to go hitchhiking with Ike.
He's gonna be so angry at me.
Apparently, you say it all the time.
I do. He kind of like blushes a little bit.
Yeah.
And like one time I auctioned him off for $13.
Oh, really? Was that on a Sunday Sinning
I think
event?
it was at a different event. It was an older lady.
Well, he could be angry with me even before having met me. His blood is boiling right now. It's not because he wants to dance. So there's him. Mm-hmm. And then there's Nathan Trombone Boy Berry.
Yes, there's Trombone Boy.
And what can we share about him?
Well, I met him at Palmer's.
Okay.
So he would just show up with his horn, which is kind of what I love about Palmer's. It's very New Orleans style to just show up with your horn and everybody kind of knows each other and you sit in.
It is the most New Orleans part of Minneapolis, I would say, by quite a long way.
Yeah. So he just showed up with his trombone one day, and we asked him to sit in, and then didn't let him go.
You release him some between shows.
Well, occasionally.
He can go on parole.
Depends.
And the bio indicates of him that he's a pioneer in the field of drunken tailgate trombone.
Yes, you don't want to hear it.
Some people maybe do, but the place to come is Palmer's. If you want that story. There we go, teasers. Yeah. So there's him.
Yes.
So who's playing the trumpet?
Oh.
There's multiple monikers for this person. I wonder which one you're going to use.
He's known by many names.
Yeah.
We do enjoy calling him Bobby Juice.
Yeah, Bobby Juice. Sir R.J. Marks is another one.
It's another one. Yeah. That's a good one.
I like the incongruity of those two as well. Bobby Juice and Sir R.J. Marks.
I should have went with the Sir R.J. Marks.
Yeah, no, they're both good. Or you go with both in different places.
Well, sometimes I mix them up when I'm calling out his name.
Sir Bobby Juice. So Sir Bobby Juice plays the trumpet.
Yeah.
What else about Sir Bobby Juice?
He's just got this like soulful New Orleans sound, and
Yeah.
he's spent a lot of time down there.
Yes, exactly.
He lived down south for a while. He was a cook down south in Florida, but spent a lot of time in New Orleans. So he's just got this just gritty, soulful sound on trumpet. Like when he is rocking and like really feeling it, like everybody just stops what they're doing.
Right. Apart from dancing.
Well, apart from that.
Yeah. He's the part of the catalyst that provokes the dancing, but anything else, conversation and everything. He's also in the Brass Messengers.
Yeah, he is.
Jason's played all over the world.
He has.
Has lived, as we were highlighting, in New Orleans, and for understandable reasons, with it being the closest one can get to that.
Yeah.
In the Twin Cities,
Yeah.
He now calls Palmfest his home.
He does. You can really find him passed out there sometimes.
Nice. Well, yeah, understandably, at the end of a Sunday night, maybe lots of drinking after the set. We've almost covered the entire band. There's Dolly.
Oh, Dolly.
On percussion.
Yeah, she fell in love with a street magician down in New Orleans.
Oh.
So she is living down there now.
So now she calls New Orleans her home.
She does.
Yeah.
New Orleans gets you like that.
Right. There's Palmers, something that they have in common. Is there a percussionist in the band at the moment?
We are rotating drummers.
Okay.
And I've heard that they don't like that because they get dizzy.
That's very Spinal Tap. Be careful of the drummers. They're not disposable. But will you have a rotating drummer with you at Palmfest?
We will.
Do you know which rotating drummer it will be?
I have not thought that far ahead.
But there'll be, there
will be one. We're going to keep it in suspense. We'll keep it a surprise.
Cool, yeah. So there we go. You can come and you can work out what it means to be a pioneer in the field of drunken tailgate. You can come and see what it feels like to have your blood boil and need to dance.
Yeah.
And you can discover which rotating drummer.
Perfect.
is
that was the best plug you could have given.
Yeah, there we go. So what else? Here are some other plugs. Not from me, but from Kevin Bow, the producer, local producer Kevin Bow. It is literally impossible, Kevin Bow confirms what we've already been highlighting, to be sad or still when listening to these guys. And they have more soul than any kids this age should have. Which I agree with. So it's interesting that Kevin highlights the inability to be sad whilst listening, because I feel like there is, and then in the next sentence, the having of soul, because I think there's a shifting between like emotional rawness and then release and just letting oneself go and catharsis.
Yeah.
The songs that we're hearing from this record, thank you very much for grabbing it from your car.
Absolutely.
So the Sunday Sinning EP is what you've released so far.
Yes.
And it's got 2 originals and a bunch of great standards. Are there any moments, whether it's in the standards, the way that Miss MYRA the Moonshiners do their renditions of them, or in your originals, where you think that this shifting between like raw reality to taking us on a journey to the kind of the dancing that might be the remedy to that, like lyrically or musically, are there any moments where you think that this transition is happening the most?
I think it happens in the pulse of the music, which
Yes.
is really why I'm drawn to this type of music, because like you feel it, like, and it may be my dancer background, but like you can't sit there and like not just start like pulsing, literally, like your whole body feels. It's like very meditative, but in a way that's not like you're not really even thinking about anything. Like sometimes you just lose yourself in like the pulse, and just it's really just a release.
Yes.
And then add the lyrics on top of that, and that can also take you on different journeys.
Are there any specific songs where you?
I do so many jaded love songs.
Yeah. Are they originals or like?
Some of them are.
Yeah, yeah. How about the song that you're going to play? So for a plug or a teaser for that, keep watching. What's the nature of the song that you're going to play at the end of
this? It's a jaded love song.
Great. Will we be like ricocheted from emotion to emotion? I feel like that's what one of these other quotes highlights. Myra, the boss, is a threat on every level. The bio accurately states her golden voice. So this is the bit. Her golden voice will bring you from rock bottom to ecstasy. So thank you. That's very benevolent. And back, while her driving guitar rhythm holds the boys in the band together. So what kind of journey are you going to be taking us on, just so that we're prepared with this song that you're going to perform solo at the end of this episode?
It's going to bring you to the rock bottom.
And back.
And back.
So ecstasy and back. And so lyrically, is there like a moment in terms of the how did you describe the song? Like jilted love song? No, jaded love song?
It is.
Yeah.
You'll hear it. It sort of ties in with like a break. But yeah, I can't. You're just gonna have to. You'll have to
hold your breath.
Hold your breath.
keep watching. It will come. And but in the meantime, what we can hear right now is the other original, which is the theme song, the Moonshine theme song. Yeah. We can't hear it, but you can hear it. And yeah, this I think encapsulates a lot of the ethos of the band. Mm-hmm. What do you drink when you don't want to think? Moonshine. What do you pour when you can't take it no more? Moonshine. What do you brew when there's nothing you can do? And then what do you... Oh, and then later on, take a seat and I'll pour a glass for you. So it's interesting, obviously the moonshine, but I think the moonshine and the music, obviously, are good partners.
We're pouring you a glass of moonshine every Sunday night.
Yeah, exactly. Your moonshine music and the moonshine drink could have a pirate wedding. That
was great.
So, that's exactly the type of wedding that they would have. Like your sister and previous bandmates. So yeah, I feel like that really encapsulates this, going from rock bottom to ecstasy, and the transformative quality of this music. It's not just Jason, not just Bobby Juice, who's made Palmfest his home. Like all of you have. Palmfest seems like the right place for you. And you again seem like the right band to get Palmfest going. What do you think? So as a dancer and as a songwriter and as a musician, what is like existential significance, or like the significance for us as human beings of what you do when you perform at Palmers? Yeah. Like the moonshine music, the sense of camaraderie, the pulsing rhythm, the lyrics as well, everything. What do you think is kind of going on if we step back? It's a band playing, and it's people appreciating the music, but what's going on? What's the significance of that for you?
We're building a sense of community on the West Bank. That's what we're doing. Yeah. And we're providing people like that release. Honestly, a lot of people who come out to Palmer's on Sunday night have work in service industry because it's like their Friday night.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they come out and they're just able to blow steam and just dance all of that stress off.
Yeah.
That's what we provide people with.
And that's we need that. Like even people who aren't dancers, like
everybody's a dancer.
Everyone's a dancer, as they discover when they come. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Moonshine helps with that. Yeah. Or Jameson or whatever.
Yeah, both of the types of moonshine.
Wait, who's sponsoring Palmfest?
Yeah.
Exactly. PBR, I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's let's see, there's definitely there's a whiskey, which is Jameson. There's Absolute Vodka. Oh. There is PBR. There's Back to the City.
Okay.
And there's KFAI. There's a whole happy family of sponsors. So yeah, let's focus on a couple of the other tracks on this on this EP. Do you have a favorite of the standards that are on this CD?
I think folks should hear Egyptian Ella.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is Egyptian Ella now, and this is one of the standards.
It's one of those not PC standards. That's why I
No,
like
that's
it.
it's definitely not PC.
It's so not PC.
Like there's the lyrics about what the Egyptians like over there.
Right. It's about this lady. It's like this. It's a song from I think it's 30s. This woman who her boyfriend leaves her because she is overweight, and she's like, well, fuck that. I'm gonna go to. Sorry.
That's okay.
Like,
No,
I'm gonna
you
go
can.
to Egypt. And
Yeah, you can swear. That's okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
And so she dances around and finds all these men to love her for who she is.
She weighs 220, but they just don't care.
They like him plenty that way down there.
Yeah. The men throw their hearts to the crocodiles. That's my favorite couplet.
To the crocodiles.
They throw not their hearts, their sweethearts.
Yep, when she comes in town, they're just like, bye, sweetheart, throwing you to the crocodiles. I want Egyptian Ella.
I like that couplet even better now. If it was just the Niles and crocodiles rhyme that I liked before, but wow, now the image of like throwing
your sweetheart to a crocodile.
Oh dear. The moonshine really got to them. So what's the ratio when you perform at Palmfest this Sunday? What's the ratio of standards to originals by this point? And also just so this Friday, and then generally, what's the ratio?
It's probably like 5 to 1 for like an hour set.
So like 5. One original to. Is that right?
Well, for an hour. I guess it depends on like really how I'm feeling
Yeah.
and what I want to throw in. Because
Yeah.
I make set lists, but I always break them. Set lists are made to be broken.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. If you have ample songs and.
If I'm feeling particularly jaded, then one of those is going to come out.
Yeah. And also, like, as you know, the audience, the response of the audience, as a musician as well. Like, you have a playlist, then you're assuming, okay, this is the journey.
Right.
This is the trajectory.
Yeah.
But if you sense, actually, no, like, this set of people, this is where they seem to want to go. So, we have the songs. Let's take them on that journey.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If people are dancing and, like, really getting into it, like, I'm not just...
You're not going to become all jaded.
Right. I'm going to keep it hot for a bit. But then it's fun to mess with them and give them something really slow and sweet and see what they do.
Yeah. Well, shall we give them something slow and sweet and see what they do?
All right.
Okay, awesome. Well, what's the name of this song?
It's called...
Does it have a name?
It's called My Some Other Man.
My Some Other Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one you're going to throw to the crocodiles, and then this is an ode to the other one.
Poor guy, he didn't know about the first one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's next in line.
Good thing there's no crocodiles hanging out in
Yeah,
Mississippi
exactly.
up here.
Yeah, exactly. The wrong river. Phew. He's safe. Okay, so the full gamut. We've been listening to like the more kind of raucous, like dancey songs, and so certainly we will have a fair share of these to dance to at 5 o'clock on this Friday afternoon. But there'll also be something like this as we dematerialize, and MYRA returns on her own, performing to what's the name of the song?
My Some Other Man.
My Some Other Man by MYRA of MYRA and the Moonshiners.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm in a melancholy mood from all the loving I've been missing. I've only memories of kissing, distant and fading. some